I'm really trying to get this in one take. Okay. Made a lot of content. Made a lot of sketches. Well, technically they're not sketches, but okay, besides the point. I'm going to give you guys a lore dump of my characters. First is, oh shit. First is Ryuya. Ryuya from the modern age is a student of the, not inheritance, of the student of the ancestry school. And ancestry school is essentially a school which trains ancestries, and ancestries is a power which you gain powers from your ancestors, but the power is only what you think of your ancestors and what you know about your ancestors. If you know nothing about your ancestors, you get nothing. But if you know a decent detail, you get powers, which essentially could be armor, weapons, or just straight up powers. Like, for example, if your ancestor could have been, let's just say, King Arthur, then if you knew the legend of the Sword and the Stone, you would have the power of Excalibur. Okay, now that we got that through, oh good heavens, this is my 5th time recording this. Now that we got that through, this is the Silver Samurai. Silver Samurai was given to Ryuya after he, which is actually a she, because she's a she, but she pretends to be a dude because she wants to get the, what is it? She wants to become the heir of the Ryuya family. Ryuga family. So Ryuya, modern Ryuya, has the Silver Samurai armor, and it looks like this. Very bulky, very big, very silver. You can see all the silver in the weapons, and she does not like do her hair at all. Like, it's very spiky, so she could look very manly. She only looks feminine here because I made her feminine. But you're gonna notice something. So this is what the actual Ryu in history, the ancestor of Ryu, looked like. You can tell there's some big differences. So originally, the Silver Samurai was actually not called the Silver Samurai. It's called the Jeweled Samurai, or the wealthy samurai, because of all the gold and whatnot. But then Jewel turned to the Money Samurai, to the Gold Samurai, to then somehow to the Silver Samurai, and that's how you got the big giant change here, because ancestries are formed on what you think your ancestors are, and this is an allegory to how history changes depending on the stories that you heard of the person or what's recorded down. So this is Ryu. Ryu has green eyes, and you're like, what? The other one has yellow. Aren't they supposed to be like perfect copies of each other? Isn't she supposed to be the reincarnation of the other person and, you know, ancestor? Why don't they look alike? Well, okay. First, the faces are exactly the same. I made sure of it. Like, if you overlap them, faces exactly the same. Also, she has green eyes because when Ryu gets excited, her usual eyes are yellow, but when she gets excited, whether battle or any positive emotion, it turns green. That's why you see green eyes. Nice. And her eyes are known as dragon eyes. So, versus the other one, there's many giant differences. First, the mask wasn't even meant to be used as armor. It was a porcelain mask with a lot of decoration. And the reason why she did this was because of intimidation. It's like, Roski is out here with drip killing all of us. That would scare the opponents. But it's kind of the same with the Silver Samurai, because they heard that like the horns were withered, or like had dragon horns, and then the mask was for scaring the enemy, except in a whole different way. So the legend says golden eyes and it withered dragon horns, but in reality, not with the dragons, just the enemy called it withered dragon horns because they wanted to insult that they had dead dragon horns. But you know, see, history is not made by the winners or losers, is made by both, and whatever survives the test of time will be the ones who, you know, is usually the winners, but you get the point. Next is Ryu. This is what Ryu looks like. You know, long hair. Damn it! Sorry, fire alarm. Okay, anyways, this is Ryu's pose, and then you could notice another thing if you've been paying attention. The weapon is entirely different. As I said, the Silver Samurai, they didn't really explain the weapon other than it was a long blade, and instead of being single edge, it is double blade, is double edge, and it is obviously a European style claymore, versus the modern one, which is her imagination of what her ancestor was this silver long kind of katana-ish sword, because it was like the Silver Samurai obviously has to have a lot of samurai armor, but that was not the actual case. It was more European armor, and that's why she was so freaking fast. Not saying samurai armor is less mobile or less good. It's just that she wore less armor. and especially less traditional armor, which she was more accustomed to, which made her fast as hell, which is why she gained the name the Silver Flash. See? A lot of silver armor and long silver hair, which also would drag around behind her, which would make it look like she had like a flash or like a line coming out. But she was actually that fast. History is kind of crazy, okay? There's a lot of lore. They actually did have superpowers back in the 1400s, at least in my lore thing. Kind of superpowers. It's interesting, okay? I would tell you guys more if you ask questions. If you don't, this is just a lore dump that I put upon you guys because I'm making animations, and I just, you know, put a lot of time in this. So I'm like, why not? And as I said in one of my videos called Rebirth, I'm gonna post shit, okay? I'm just gonna post because in the end, if something happens to my stuff, as long as I post it, it should still be there. And why don't I private it? I'm trying to get better at talking, essentially. It's all practice. You never know what sticks until you keep on drawing the spaghetti on the wall. Anyways, cool thing! Sword aura. So this is Kenshi Shirami. This is the sword one, though. One of these days I'll go over all of them, but this is Kenshi Shirami sword one, using perfect parry with sword aura. You see, sword aura is aura from the sword that you could only get if you mastered the sword. I've seen it a lot in manhwas and whatnot, but this one's a bit harder to get than the other ones because it's not like an actual system that everybody knows about. It's just like Kenshi Shirami got it because he actually practiced the sword like crazily, and he's like one out of like 100 people versus like 7 billion people, you know? So, boom, boom. And then some people are wondering, how's that balance? How is he balanced when he has all this power? You see, there's some things that's harder than just battles. He goes through a lot of stuff because I am a sadist. Anyways, what next? Let's go do Metal Ninja's transformation. After I show you Metal Ninja right here. Metal Ninja right here, yellow eyes and whatnot, and goes really fast. Punches Kenshi Shirami. Kenshi Shirami uses... This is Kenshi Shirami the Assassin. Kenshi Shirami the Assassin uses Black Lightning, which is not anywhere near the other Black Lightning, as I think. Because the other Black Lightning from that one DC character... Not DC? Was it Marvel? I don't know. But that one character, because this one's a tad bit different. So Black Lightning is lightning that inks the page. Essentially, it's a physical form. It's like placing invincible walls in front of you that are black. It's very hard. It's kind of hard to explain. But you know Aizen's barrier from Bleach, where he like places the black around you and you can't escape. That's essentially what Black Lightning is. You don't usually use it to escape, but you could use it as like a physical manifestation that is set steel. It's a fourth wall break ability, and it's pretty fucking OP. So essentially, it could block mostly anything. And this is actually, his name is actually not Takeshi, it's actually like Tokoro. Maybe I should start naming other guys different names. Oh, this guy is Mystery. Not gonna spoil his name. But other guys, this is Tet, technically. And this is Kenshi. And this is also Kenshi. This is the same guys. Both are Kenshi, the assassin. They're not different people, they're just the same guys, they use lightning powers. Okay, so this is Metal Ninja. Originally he was gonna have just metal as overlay, but when he gets more excited per se or more heated in battle, he literally heats up his joints, which heat up in an orange hue, and the more he heats up, the more powerful he gets, but the more insane he gets, so he loses his insanity while doing that. And Metal Ninja is a suit of armor that has a consciousness because lore. Anyways, so then this is the embered form. When he heats up, he elongates his limbs because in between it is like nothing. Okay, it's a hollow suit. But this could only happen if there's a hollow suit, usually, because if a human was inside it, they would burn to death, unless it was a certain human. Spoilers. Okay, so he heats up his thing and he could turn into molten lava, which is basically impenetrable because, well, it's penetrable, but you can't kill it because it's lava. So like you'd be cutting water essentially, and it would just be regenerated, kind of like slime. And these are like molten hot, and increases his power level because, I don't know, would you rather get hit by a metal pipe or a metal whip that's 10,000 degrees? I don't know. The laws of thermal expansion might disagree, but that's the logic I'm going here. And the more he heats up, the more insane he gets. And this is his final form, Plasma Ninja. Hottest temperature I could think of, and it's almost pure energy. And this guy literally is like a lightsaber. His whole body is like a lightsaber. He cuts through anything. And why? And you're wondering why? Oh, why the color orange? What an odd color. Well, good sir. I picked the color orange, but there's blue here too because I just love that color of bright blue. Oh, it just accents everything. But anyways, the color orange is because he is the representation of the sin of gluttony, and many of the main characters of my main cast are representations of certain sins. So yeah, that is that's it. I recorded this 5 times and I finally got it done in 10 minutes. Well, actually 50 minutes, but so it. Like and subscribe, ask questions if you want to. I'm willing to answer, and I'm just gonna do more of these to see what sticks and for funsies, because I have so many machinations in my brain. I must let the world know. See ya.